I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
Welcome to the Sport Report.
Tuesday, March 12th, 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Russell Westbrook was involved in a verbal altercation with two fans last night in Utah. Russ says that the fans' comments were racial, so we'll see how it plays out over the next few days. Russ had 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists on the night for Oklahoma City. Now to the NBA.
For the win! Good! He did it! We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes!
One of the greatest clutch playoff performers of his generation has apparently done it again.
Around the NBA.
Last night, the NBA had a 6-game slate. The Cavaliers showed some swag with a 126-101 win versus the Raptors. Kawhi Leonard balled out and had 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Raptors. Kevin Love compiled a stat line of 19 points, 18 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Cavs. The Wizards picked up a nice 121-115 win against the Kings. Nemanja Bjelica contributed 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Kings, while Bradley Beal compiled a stat line of 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists for the Wizards. The Nets dismantled the opposition with a 103-75 home win over the Pistons. Blake Griffin provided 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists for the Pistons, and Alan Crabb proved his doubters wrong with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists for the Nets. The Rockets had no problems as they got the 118-106 home win versus the Hornets. Kemba Walker supplied 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists for the Hornets, and Clint Capella showed up with 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists for the Rockets. The Thunder came out on top with a 98-89 road win against the Jazz. Dennis Schroeder gave his team 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists for the Thunder. Rudy Gobert mixed in 15 points, 12 rebounds, and an assist for the Jazz. The Clippers crushed the Celtics last night with a 140-115 home win. Kyrie Irving helped out with 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 11 assists for the Celtics, while Lou Williams blended in 34 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists for the Clippers. In the NBA, the standings read as follows. In the Eastern Conference, the top 8 teams are the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, Philadelphia 76ers and Indiana Pacers are tied for 3rd and 4th. Boston Celtics in 5th. Brooklyn Nets, Detroit Pistons, and Miami Heat. Magic are a game behind the Heat for the 8th spot, and the Hornets are a game and a half out of the 8th spot. In the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors lead the Denver Nuggets by a game and a half. Houston is 3.5 behind in 3rd of Golden State. Oklahoma City in 4th. Portland in 5th. Clippers, Spurs, and Jazz 6, 7, 8. Kings are 4 games out of the 8th spot. Now to the ice.
Back in front door, shot, scores! Bobby O from Sanderson!
Beto! Rebound chance in front. Taking his air. Puck comes free. Score! Score!
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Around the NHL.
The NHL had 7 games on the schedule. The Lightning routed the Maple Leafs 6-2. Tyler Johnson scored his 23rd and 24th goals of the season. Andrei Vasilevsky had 26 saves for the Lightning, while Austin Matthews scored his 31st goal of the season, and Garrett Sparks had 21 saves for the Maple Leafs. Frederik Andersen was pulled in the second period for Garrett Sparks after letting in 4 goals on 19 shots. The Islanders managed to grab a 2-0 home win against the Blue Jackets. Nobody scored for the Blue Jackets, and Sergei Bobrovsky had 18 saves for them, while Anders Lee drove his team to the finish line with his 24th goal of the season. Thomas Greiss had 31 saves for the Islanders. The Flyers fought for the 3-2 win over the Senators. Chris Tierney recorded his 8th goal of the season, and Craig Anderson had 33 saves for Ottawa, while Oscar Lindblom performed well as he scored his 13th goal of the season. Brian Elliott had 20 saves for the Flyers. The Sharks got a 3-0 win over the Wild. Logan Couture notched his 24th goal of the season, and Martin Jones had 24 saves for the Sharks. No one scored for the Wild, but Devin Dubnyk had 26 saves for Minnesota. The Blackhawks crushed the other team with a 7-1 win over the Coyotes. Richard Panik registered his 12th goal of the season, and Calvin Pickard had 15 saves for Arizona. Jonathan Toews supported his team with his 30th goal of the season, and Corey Crawford had 24 saves for the Blackhawks. The Hurricanes demolished and scored a 3-0 win over the Colorado Avalanche. Andrei Svechnikov totaled his 16th and 17th goals of the season, and Petr Mrazek had 38 saves for Carolina. No one scored for Colorado, but Philip Grubauer had 30 saves for the Avalanche. The Oilers were put under pressure but snagged a 3-2 win versus the Rangers. Brett Howden scored his 5th goal of the season, and Alexander Georgiev had 30 saves for the Rangers, in place of Henrik Lundqvist. Leon Draisaitl scored his 43rd goal of the season, and Mikko Koskinen had 28 saves for Edmonton. Now moving to the standings for the NHL. The standings are basically the same as last night. Tampa Bay now has 110 points, still leading the Atlantic. Boston and Toronto follow behind. In the Metropolitan Division, the Washington Capitals lead the New York Islanders by 2 points, and Carolina trails New York by 4. Pittsburgh and Columbus have the first 2 wildcard spots. Montreal is tied with Columbus, but Columbus holds the tiebreaker on the Canadiens. In the Western Conference, in the Central Division, it's Winnipeg, Nashville, then St. Louis. In the Pacific Division, San Jose, Calgary, then Vegas. The wildcard spots still belong to Dallas and Minnesota, as Arizona and Colorado lost ground to Minnesota tonight with their losses. That's the Sport Report for March 12th, 2019. Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today.
For now, I'm Chandler.
We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports.
This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Channel One Sports is strictly prohibited.